Well, hello there, YouTube. It's Ro here. Thank you for visiting You Grow Ro. If this is your first time here, I hope you'll consider subscribing at the end of this video. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. Today, I am going to tell you guys what all tomatoes I'll be starting for the 2025 growing season. There are 84 varieties, you guys. 84. This might have to be a two-parter. We'll get started in just a second. Okay friends, so I have broken up my tomato growing list into 6 categories this year. I have the specialties, I have the tomato adjacent, I have my long keepers, dwarfs, slicers, and micro dwarfs. We're going to start with the specialty tomatoes, and these are in no specific order, just in the order that I wrote them down in. First up is the Ananas Noir. This was recommended to me by Veggie Farming like 2 years ago, and I tried to grow the tomato last year. Grew 3 plants, got 1 fruit, but it wasn't a good representation, so I'm going to try again. Next up is the Blood Moon tomato. It is a cross between the Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye and the Blue Beauty, both of which have rave reviews on their flavor, so I'm imagining this Blue Moon is pretty good. It supposedly has excellent flavor and long, generous production. Sounds good to me. Next is the Great White. I've already told you guys a number of times that I plan on making a white tomato sauce this year, so that's what the Great White is for. Next up is the Esmeralda Gallicina. It's a GWR green one ripe, and it has one of the highest bricks levels of any tomato, which measures the sweetness. So they say that it is remarkably intense, sweet, and complex flavor. Looking forward to trying that. Next up is the F34. This is a Tom Wagner newbie. It's a F2, so that means it's not stable. But Tom Wagner is the one who came up with the green zebra and other tomatoes. So he's been a breeder for a while now, and he's done some good things, and I think I'm excited to be on the ground floor of this F34. Name will probably change in later years, but for today, it's F34. Next up is the Kazula 197. It's supposed to be huge, and it's bred by Anna Kazula Jankowski. And reportedly all of those Kazula tomatoes are amazing in flavor. A lot of them are very beautiful too. I didn't grow any last year. I do have seeds for about, I don't know, 8 of them, but there's a couple hundred out there, like seriously. So I'm excited to try this. I didn't pick this one over any other one for any other reason other than it was the first Kazula I came across when I was writing my list. Next up is the Alice's Dream, and I also have down here the Saut Roloi, mostly because I think those two look a lot alike, but just because they look alike doesn't mean that they taste alike, but both of them came recommended. The Alice's Dream, a lot of Canadians keep recommending that, and then the Saut Roloi, I hear from Americans, so whichever one I get is the one that I'm going to grow. I tried the Saut Roloi last year, but I didn't get, the plant died on me, so I didn't get any. Next up is the Snickers tomato, which was a brown tomato. It's just like 6 to 10 ounce fruits. I just like the name. When I did eat candy, that was one of the things that I used to eat was the Snickers. And then coming up next is the stick tomato. I have that in the brown and the red. Now I hear tell these can get up to 6 feet tall, but I would be interested in seeing those grow, and I think that you guys would love to watch those too because they have pom-pom leaves. Not like your traditional tomato leaves. There's no potato leaf, no regular leaf. It's the pom-pom leaf. It stays, compact, and it looks like little pom-poms. And then it has 1 straight stick, or maybe there'll be 2 if it branches off. And the fruits clusters come in up under the pom-poms. So it's really neat looking. I think I tried to grow it last year in the green stalk, and I think I got some fruit, but I mean, it stayed like crazy small. So I think that plant was stunted, and I'm going to try again. I have the brown and the red, and I think I want to say the orange variety, or no, the blue variety. Whichever one I could get going would be great. Next up is the dark-skinned girl. Need I say more? It's just the name. Next up is the Larvorgienne, which is a stunning tomato. But it did come recommended by Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, and she's the one who sent me seeds for it, so I'm going to give it a try. Next, I'll be doing the Rebel Alliance Multiflora. Not only is this a multiflora, but it's part of the Star Wars collection, which I told you guys last year I was going to start trying to grow out each one. Last year I grew one of them, and then this year I'm going to grow another one, the Rebel Alliance Multiflora. And when you say multiflora, you're talking like the Berry's Crazy Cherry, or the Rose Court Multiflora, something like that, you know, where it's like 100 different tomatoes on one branch, something like that, like little cherry tomatoes. So should be fun. Next up, I'm doing the Get Stuffed. This is a tomato that has a basically empty cavity, and you can stuff it. So I'm looking forward to doing something with maybe some orzo and cheese, maybe some sausage, some herbs, a little olive oil, you know, breadcrumbs, whatever. Next up is the Uluru okra. I've been hearing a lot about this for a few years now. It did come recommended by some people in the TLC group, so I'm going to give it a try. Next up is the Nostrano Grasso. This one's super rare. I also got this recommendation from Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. They sent me seeds for this, and I'm going to give it a try. Next up is the Reset Tomate. I'm really excited about this one. This is the Traveler tomato. I've brought this up a couple of times, and I've been saying for a few years I wanted to grow it. This year it made it to the list, so I'm going to be trying the Traveler's tomato. This is the tomato that grows. It kind of looks like a cancer, really, but you can break the tomato off in pieces and put the rest back in your bag or whatever you're traveling in and eat it, you know, a little bit at a time. That's why they call it the Traveler's tomato. Next up is the Suffer Well. This also came recommended from Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. They sent me the seeds for it. Really excited about that one. It's part of that whole series. Then I had the Tumbling Jester. I wanted to grow some cascading tomatoes this year, just one or two, and this is one of them, the Tumbling Jester. I'm going to try and grow that on the sides of my bucket garden that I had towards the back of the house, where it had the two hanging planters, so I want to grow this in there. And then finally is the Woolly Kate. I got these seeds for free from Baker Creek. I just want to grow it because it's a woolly leaf and a woolly tomato, and it shouldn't be the first one I have because I'm currently growing one right now, and it does have fruits on it, but none are ripe. But I am loving the way this foliage looks, and then, you know, I'm just looking forward to trying it with the Woolly Kate as well. Hopefully the fruits are much bigger than what I'm getting on the Woolly's Work Micro Dwarf right now. All right, moving on. I'm trying to blow through these guys. The tomato adjacent varieties are going to be the green tomatillo and the purple tomatillo. Both will be grown for doing salsa verde. And then I'll be doing some ground cherries. Last year I grew one variety of ground cherries. This year I'm going to grow 3 varieties of ground cherries. I'm doing the Cossack pineapple, which apparently has award-winning flavor. I'm growing the Gel Tower, which is upright and the largest of the ground cherries in size, that is, diameter. I think on average ground cherries are about 1/2 inch, maybe an inch round. These get up to 2 inches round, so these should be twice as big as what I've been getting. And by the way, I love ground cherries. And then the third variety that I'm growing is the New Hanover. It was too priced for its taste. Next up is my lawn keepers. I'm going to do the Pianello de Vesuvio and the Aosta Valley. Both of those are lawn keepers, which means I'll be able to pull them off the vine. This year I had a lawn keeper. I pulled it off the vine in October. I still have some very usable fruits, and it's 6 months later. So that's what these tomatoes are going to be, so that you can have homegrown tomatoes even when it's 6 inches of snow outside. Let's see. Next up is the Dwarf category. I'm doing 6 of those. So that would be Babylon's Glow, Black Wizard, Thong. I grew the Thong last year, but it got confused with some other ones, and so I didn't know, like, I wasn't sure which plants was which. My tags got mixed up, like they always do, but so I'm going to grow that one again. I also grew the Aftershock last year, but again, my tags got messed up. I wasn't sure which was which, and so I want to try that again. Neither was bad. I remember that. I wasn't confident that one or the other was what it said it was. And then I'm going to do the Jackass Red, just like the name. I just want to be able to say Jackass. And finally, the Nanos Meatball, which was recommended by, once again, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. They sent me the seeds. All right, moving on. I'm doing good. Just 10 minutes. All right. I'm going to talk about my slicers now. I have 20 of those that I'll be growing, starting with the Big Zac. This one is award-winning because it's huge. It's a big red beefsteak that apparently has excellent flavor, so I'm going to get that. I got those seeds in a trade, so I don't know how true to type those are because from what I understand, the Big Zac is a hybrid. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I don't know if this person like split their pack with me or if they thought they didn't know that it was in hybrid or what, but we'll see. I'm gonna try growing these seeds that were sent to me as Big Zac. Speaking of big tomatoes, I'm also going to be growing the Domingo, another one I got in a trade. These are supposed to be 1.5 pounds on average each and have fantastic flavor. Ooh. Next up is the Gigante de Castilla. It's supposed to be large and obviously is a Spanish variety with excellent flavor. Fantastic. Next up is the Mushroom Basket. I grew this one a couple years ago. Loved it. It's one of those really fruited ones, kind of flat, but really nice tasting, delicious. And then I also finally got seeds in a trade for the Mushroom Basket Striped. That should be good. Next up is the Mariana's Peace. I traded for these seeds, but I also ended up getting some in the Shamrock Seed Swap. These are supposed to be very delicious. They're 1 to 2 pound, pink, old-fashioned flavor. The recommendation came from Jen Joy. I've mentioned her a couple times. She's the one who runs the Shamrock Seed Swap, but she recommended the Mariana's Peace. Next up is the Julia Child's tomato, which reportedly has a bold flavor. And I'm mostly just growing that one because of the flavor, 2 because of the color, it's red, and 3 because it's Julia Child. It's Julia. Next up is the watermelon beefsteak. This one's supposed to get 1 to 2 pound fruits and have that classic sweet flavor. Then I'm doing the Northern Ruby. Now this was originally a Heinz variety and is determinate and compact. If Heinz thought it was good, I want to give it a try. Then there's the Monkey Ass. Really, I'm just growing that for the name, but it says here 6 to 10 ounce, very meaty, old-fashioned flavored tomatoes. So, okay, sounds good to me. Not very big at 6 to 10 ounces, but if it's very productive, who cares? Next up is the Pantano Romanesco. I've grown this now, gonna go on the 3rd year. I really love these. These are big and super productive. Then there's the Giant Belgium, which I grew last year, but I think I only got like 1 or 2 plants. And I seem to remember that the flavor was great. That was fine. I used it for my sauce, but I would like to get a better, healthier plant this year and have a better go at giving it a taste. Next up is the Andrew Ray Hart's Jumbo Red. This is a New York heirloom tomato that has abundant crops of delicious crack-resistant fruits. Yum. I got these from Thresh Seeds, along with the next one, which is the Noir de Calceboeuf. It's a scalloped one. It's purple on its full-bodied flavor, or so they say. Looking forward to that. Next up is the Pisanello de Bruschetta. Oh, that sounds so good. Every time I say that, it makes my mouth water. But this is a Tuscan variety that is deeply ruffled and great for bruschetta. But I was thinking this would be perfect for that canning recipe from Wisdom Preserved, where she did the garlic, tomatoes, and the herbs canning recipe. It looks so good. And I think this Pisanello de bruschetta will be great for that. Next up is the pink elephant. They say it has an intense flavor and can be up to 1 pound. Then I have the Tennessee Britches, which is a ruffled, huge fruits, old-fashioned tomato flavor. Then I have the Mortgage Lifter, which is tried and true for me. I grew it for the first time last year. I did a video about it. You can check that out by following this here iCard. Spoiler alert, I liked it. It was very productive, and the fruits were a very nice size. Next up is the Castelluto Genovese. This is a classic Italian heirloom, deeply ribbed. I would like to use it for sauce. It's flavorful, but also I think this would go good again with that canning recipe from Wisdom Preserved. You gotta check that out. It looks so good. Simple and delicious. And then finally for my slicers is the South African Black Mystery. It's said to be 6 to 10 ounces, so not very big, prolific, very meaty, have a creamy texture and a complex taste. Ooh. So looking forward to that. All right. We're doing great, guys. I'm flying through these. And then for my final group, is that right? Yes. For my final group is the micro dwarfs. I plan on doing a whole green stalk in micro dwarfs. Last year I did half a green stalk, I believe, in the micro dwarfs. This year I'm going to do a whole green stalk. They did great in there. So, and then any extras I have, I'll just dot around the house or around the yard. I mean, they're so small, you can put them anywhere. As long as they get enough sun, they'll do fine. So first up is the Fat Frog, which I've had before. I grew it last year for the first time. It was delicious. I'm currently growing it in the house in hydroponics. It's good, but it's not as good as it was outside. Next up is the Tiny Totem, which has larger fruits for a micro dwarf, and I'm looking forward to growing that. Next up is the Red Robin. I just now got my first ripe Red Robin. It's growing in my office down the hall from where we are right now. I haven't tasted it, and I'm actually not going to eat that first fruit. I'm going to open it up and save it for the seeds because I've had several people here at my job who are like, can I have some of those seeds? But it stays very compact. This is a true micro dwarf, and I would like to grow that outside just to see if the flavor is any different from what I get from the Arrow Garden. Next up is the Andrina, cute little red one. Then I have the Beta Lux. I grew the regular Beta Lux, which I believe is a dwarf or a compact determinate. This is a mini micro dwarf. And it was a good tomato for the regular tomato, so I'm imagining the micro dwarf is just going to be equally as good. Next up is the Candyberry. I grew this last year. This was easily the most delicious tomato I had as far as micro dwarfs last year. It was recommended to me by Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, and they were right. And she's the one who sent me the seeds, by the way. But they were right. That was so good. If you want a smack you in the face, sweet, juicy, just absolutely lovely micro dwarf tomato, Candyberry's where it's at. And I've only grown it outside. I've not grown it indoors, but again, it's super delicious. Next up is the Bonte Tigrette, which I've grown all winter this year in the house, and it is no micro dwarf. It is humongous. It is past my unit. It's probably 4 feet now. But I want to see if the flavor is any better. It's not a bad tomato by any means, but it's not great. It's just, it's a tomato. It's great. You can throw it on a salad or whatever, but you know, it's nothing you're going to write home about. So I want to try it outside in soil and see if I get any better flavor out of it. Next up is the Bullfinch, which I grew last year, and I don't recall what I thought of it. A Bunny Hop, which I got seeds for the first time this year. These are all micro dwarfs, by the way. The Balconier Chudo. This was a new one for me. I got these seeds for free in a order I had for Helena over at Meraki Seeds. I got the Christmas Tree Micro Dwarf. I just like the name of it because Christmas is my favorite holiday. Next up is the Curly Kale. I grew this last year. It was absolutely delicious, but I literally got like 2 fruits off of it. And I mean, that plant struggled, and I mean struggled. So I want to try growing it again outside because it grew so poorly for me. I am growing it, was growing it in the house. Again, though, it struggled, but it did much better than it did outside. However, it still didn't produce a lot of fruits on it. So I'm going to give it another try outside. So I'm going to do the Curly Kale regular, and then I'm going to do the Curly Kale long. Next up is the dark stripe. I had been meaning to grow this one indoors this year, but somewhere my seeds got mixed up because what I had was not that. Then there's the bonsai micro dwarf. It's just a cute little one. We have the extreme bush. Looking forward to that. Then there's the Gigi's Glory, which is a microflora for a micro dwarf. So very excited to give that one a try. I got seeds this year for the Gothic micro dwarf. Never heard of it. I don't even know what it's about. I can't even think of what it looks like. Somebody else sent me the seeds in a trade. I have the Golden Hour. This one I believe is like a yellow tiny cherry, you know, for a micro dwarf, but with antho shoulders. Haven't tasted it, haven't grown it. Next up is the Prima Belle. I just like the name of that one. And next up is the Ink Spot. I've grown this one indoors twice now. Very prolific, but so slow to mature. I haven't grown it outside, so we'll see if it does any better for me outside. If the flavor's so good indoors, I can only imagine what it tastes like outdoors, but we shall see. Next up is the Little Lise. I had so many seeds for this and I haven't grown it yet. It's a cute little one and I'm looking forward to giving it a try. Next up is the Little Bing. How cute is that? Then we have the Little Heartbreaker. These seeds were sent to me by Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head as well. Next up is the Loy's Baby Tiger. This one I grew indoors and I can't remember if it got mixed up with the Evil Olive or something. Something happened that I didn't know if the tomato was true to type. So I'm going to try with seeds that were bought instead of seeds that were traded again and grow this Loy's Baby Tiger. Then there's the Antho Striped. I am growing this currently, but I don't have any fruits on it. The plant is looking really good though, but I don't have any fruits on it yet. It may be at this point flowering. I haven't checked it in probably a week or two. But either way, I still don't have any ripe fruits to test it. So I'm going to grow it outside regardless. Next up is the Miri Miri. I've just heard good things about it. It was recommended in the TLC group. Then there's the Mongolian. I just love the sound of that name. I just want to try it because of the way it sounds. But it does look like a nice, delicious red tomato. Then there's the Woolly Zwerg, which I'm currently growing. And it is a beautiful little plant. It is very productive at this point in its life, but I don't have any ripe fruits yet. So I'm definitely going to try and grow this one outside. Not thinking, you know, that I'm not going to get any in the hydro, but I might as well try it outside too, because I find that the flavor changes when you grow it from hydro to in-ground. So that's why some of these are repeats, because I'm trying it both ways. Then I have the Orange Russian. Never had it. That came in, I might have got these from Meraki Seeds. I think so. Next up is the Tumbling Tiger. I grew this last year. It was really productive, but the plant stayed about like at most 6 inches, and the fruits were solid, like elongated cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to grow it again, but, you know, do a little better for it. I could probably put it in some crappy soil or something last year. Maybe we could do a little bit better, see if we can get that plant a little bit bigger. And I remember the flavor not being bad, so, okay. And then Vilma, I've grown this a couple of times. I don't know why they call this micro dwarf, but I don't recall growing it outside. So I'm going to try growing it outside. I know that indoors it was a very tasty tomato. I really enjoyed it, and it was crazy productive, but the plants were huge. So I'm going to grow it outside this year. I went and bought seeds, even though I had some. I went and bought seeds to make sure that I would get them from a supplier to make sure that these are going to be the micro dwarfs, supposedly. We'll see. And then my final micro dwarf is the Zuckerbush, which I just recently acquired, and that's supposed to have exceptionally large fruits for a micro dwarf tomato plant. Whew. All right, friends, I hope you saw something new, heard something new that you want to give a try. And I hope you follow along with me this summer as I grow all these beauties out. And that's going to do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share with your family and friends. And I will see you all on another day in another video. Until then, happy growing, my friends.